Hello and welcome to the Stellar Monarchs Friday Focus. Myself, Graham Munsey, joined by Dave Harley as we look back on another tough night for the Monarchs, a 47-43 defeat to the visiting Redcar Bears. We are here from the Monarchs' Lassie Fredrickson, maximum man for the Bears, Charles Wright, and as always, we'll finish with our heat of the week. Dave, we said in the preview show on Tuesday it was going to be a tough one, Redcar, for both our money, one of the top 1-7s in the league, and it proved to be. And the difference on the night, heat winners, 10 heat winners to Redcar, 5 to Edinburgh, and when an away team has double the heat winners of the home team, 99 times 100, they're going home with maximum points.
Yeah, definitely, and not only they've got good leaders, they're on really good form. That's the best I've seen Charles Wright in a long time. Danny King started the season on fire, looking really good, and we're missing Josh. There's no other way to say it. He's got big boots to fill, and I mean, both teams are guests at number one. They scored the same points, but we're missing them more because, as you say, those heat winners. And when you're looking back after that block between Heat 4 and Heat 7, you're already wondering where we're going to get the points from.
Yeah, that was it. As Dave mentioned there, the 5 heat winners over the piece. 2 of them came in the first 4 races, and then the rest came away. And it was that middle block where you were just starting to wonder where the Monarchs, well, the match was never getting away for them. You wondered where that spark was going to come from, and it did. We got ourselves right back into Heat 14 with a 5-1. But then, as you mentioned, Danny King and Charles Wright, both as good as I've seen him. I mean, you can't do any better than Charles Wright did a maximum. And Danny King, I think, was only beaten twice by Cookie. So a great night's work for him. And when you're getting, what will that be, my quick maths, paid for 28 for your top 2 riders, that's like a good basis to build a victory on.
Yeah. I think you're a wee bit off by your numbers, but it's close enough. Yeah, you're almost over the line, and we got as you say, we got closer. Parkaway's Heat 14. When it's that Heat 14 one's great, but we need the third places in Heat 3. Yeah. I'm beating an opposition rider in third places. I mean, I'm not. That's unfortunate. That Heat 3 and Heat 5 race tonight was probably not great, and he'll say it himself. But Kyle's had a couple of good rides as well, and picking up that paid win in Heat 14 will do his confidence some good. But we need our guys to just be stepping up and just beating them up, not just an opposite number, but at home beating the guy above.
Yeah, and I think it's difficult to be too critical when you look down the line at some of the scores, because Lassie's had his best night of the season. He's scored in every race and got 7+2, I think it was. Kai's, I think it was 3 seconds and a third.
Yeah.
You touched on Paco there, he'll be disappointed with his night up to Heat 14. And then Jacob, riding well, but looking really underpowered tonight for me. I mean, you saw the race where Edwards passed him. You could tell even when Jacob was probably riding better than Edwards was, but the speed Edwards was catching up on him going into every corner was ridiculous. I don't know what was up with Jacob's machinery tonight. And it's been the same story every week. You can say, yes, this heat looks well, that heat looks well, this scores well, but there's not a consistency. And for me, if I'm being, some might accuse me of being overcritical, when it matters, the heat one isn't there. I think Heat 8, Heat 14, they got it, but Heat 8, Lassie's had a great night, 7+2, but Daniel Hume smokes him for the gate. And Heat 8, and then they get a 4-2.
That's the comment we've had so far. Is Gate needs to be better. There is absolutely no doubt about that. I mean, other than Cookie and Sedge in Heat 1, we're looking second best out the gate, and it's quite a big bit of the battle in Speedway. And we don't want to stand here making excuses for them. The boys don't want excuses either. It's the first league match of the season. There is a long way to go, and hopefully we get Josh back, and at full 1-7, we can hopefully expect better things in the future.
Yeah, over better in the future, but we have to take that on the chin tonight. One man who wasn't ducking it after was Lassie Fredrickson. He spoke to me after the match. So I say a tough night for the team, and a good Redcar team that were just able to get the heat winners they needed and get over the line.
Yeah, tough night for myself. Can't be too unhappy, but firstly not enough to get the win, what we came for. So yeah, first of all, disappointment.
Yeah, and I think it was, just those. I think the final score, Redcar 10 heat winners to the Monarchs 5. So when you're doing that, you're always going to be playing catch up. The Monarchs did well to keep getting the 3 threes and keep in it, but just when we needed that spark, it just maybe wasn't there.
Yeah, as you said, Redcar's a good team. They were really up for it, and all credit to them. We just need to regroup and do better next time. That's all we can do, really.
And then, as you said, from your own point of view, your best score of the season, I think it was paid 9. A good ride in Heat 1 to get yourself back
back onto the 5-1 and scoring in every race. So you must have been happy with that.
Yeah, I'm happy about that. It's helping getting some more meetings under my belt now, and I'm coming into form. So hopefully I can push on and get some more points. And yeah.
And then a pretty immediate chance though for the boys to bounce back down at Birmingham on Wednesday. You know, a home league defeat to start. Probably now looking for a win down there to get themselves back to sort of level par.
Yeah, looking forward to go to Birmingham. I've never been there. I was injured when we were there last year, so yeah, I'm looking forward to what's to come. And I think we have a team who can definitely beat them at their place, and that's what we go down there to do.
Well done tonight, Lassie. Thanks for speaking to me.
Thanks, cheers.
Yeah, Lassie Fredrickson there, Dave. You know, one that he could be happy with his night's work. We touched on it that he would have wanted a heat win or something in there, but when you get paid 9 from your number 2 sitting on a 4-point average, you know, he's done more than his job.
Yeah, he was looking really good. You know, he was one that was fighting and looking like he was trying to pass, and maybe I got a wee bit unlucky in E8 that Daniel made such a good start. But no, we can certainly have no complaints in that department. As I said already, you were winning heat, you know, that's having such a good start. Heat 1 is possibly the most disappointing thing about it. But you know, I mean, we're saying we can't say anything other than I think Redcar did deserve the win. We got right back into Heat 14, but unfortunately we just couldn't quite make it. I thought we might have got a first super heat of the season, but unfortunately it wasn't to be.
Yeah, you say that. We touched on it. 10 heat wins. Redcar well deserved. 10 heat wins, and the fact that 6 different riders took the checkered flag for Redcar, so more Redcar riders won a heat than Edinburgh had heat winners. Heat wins. Sorry.
Yeah.
So that they deserve to win. There's no doubt. It's a great night. We touched on Charles Wright maximum. Danny King 13, and then after that solid throughout. Louis Kerr paid 7, Hume paid 7, Connor Bailey pops it and won his first race, and Edwards always there about. And even although he didn't score, Jake Milford was never off the pace on another night. Would have scored a point or two if he'd got out in front of somebody. So Redcar will be happy with that. And I spoke to their team captain Charles Wright. He was beaming after a maximum and an away win.
So Charles, an away win, a Heat 15 decider and a maximum. Doesn't get much better than that.
No, it's probably the best I've ever rode around this track, but yeah, it would come down to the last heat, which we didn't really want, but we got the win at the end of the day, and that's the most important thing.
Was that the concern, that the Monarchs got that 5 on Heat 14? I think at that point it was 9 heat wins to Redcar to only 5 for the Monarchs. That would have been a big disappointment if you wouldn't have been able to close it out when you've been so dominant and taking the checkered flag. Yeah,
when we've been in front most of the meeting, it would have been very disappointing to lose it in 15. But no, with me and Danny, team rode it and rode well together in 15 to get the job done.
And then you mentioned obviously you and Danny leading from the front, but contributions throughout. Louis was like paid 7 or 8. Connor won a heat. Daniel scored in every race. Jason the same, and then Jake Milford, although he never scored, he was on the pace and right on it in every heat, and with a wee bit more luck would have scored as well. So it really was a full team effort.
Yeah, like I say, everyone chips the points in, and they're all riding really well. Me, Danny, and we know what job we need to do. And the other boys were chipping in and getting the 4-2s or 5-1s, and that's what win you the meeting.
And again, the steam must be building now behind Redcar, through in the Kale Cup, through in the BSN series, and now a good start to the league campaign as well. It's all pointing up for the Bears.
Yeah, like I say, it's still early days. It's our second league meeting, and we've only had 2 league meetings away, one at Oxford and here tonight. So, we've got quite a few to come at home now, and it's not really started, but it's a good start.
Well done tonight, Charles. Thanks for speaking to us.
Thank you.
Yeah, Charles right there. He'll be happy with his night work. And of course his team night work 47-43. The Redcar Bears take the victory, and a maximum for the man we just spoke to. And Dave, it's a quick chance for the Monarchs to bounce back. Of course, there's no meeting here next Friday, but they are away on the road at Birmingham on Wednesday. And with such a shortened league season, it's one that, dare I say, and this is with no offence to Birmingham, one of the teams that have started the season, sort of struggling. So it's one that the Monarchs will really need to look to get those points back on the board.
No, definitely. I think, as you said already to Lassie, that plus or minus. We're now -2 and potentially -3 with the aggregate point pretty difficult to get from Redcar. So we're needing points, and Birmingham are. There isn't another way to put it. They're one of the weaker teams in the league. They'll probably look at us and thinking we're one of the weaker teams in the league right now, and looking for desperate to kick off and do well. But Wednesday night at Perry Bar is a big one for the boys, and hopefully we can start to show some signs of Better things.
That's it. A bounce back required. Of course, we know Speed at Armadale next Friday. Myself and Dave have got a wee bit of midweek off. No preview show or focus to come next week. But Dave and Ian Other, I'll be back a week on Tuesday to preview the Scunthorpe match. I'll be somewhere in the Mediterranean, so good luck with that one, Dave. And as always, before we leave, though, we'll leave us with the heat of the night. That was heat number 1, and what looked like was going to be an excellent start to a good night for the Monarchs.
Here's heat 1 now.
Move forward in this one as well. Bears have gated best. It's King and Wright going ahead. Cook almost held them out round that first corner. And he's busting a gut, trying to get to grips with them. An outside run by Cook. Past many riders round here. Charles Wright had him pinned to the curb there. One lap to go. King and Wright haven't made a mistake yet. Danny King wins it. Charles Wright stays unbeaten, and the Redcar Bears win by 4 points.
Well, there you go, Dave. That just sums up the Monarchs night. We thought we had Heat 1 lined up for you there. Of course, instead we got Heat 15, and we got to see the Bears win. There was 5-1 there that took them victory. We will pop Heat 1 up on social media at some point for you, so you can see Lassie's efforts up against Daniel Hume and Lee Kerr in that one. But just before we go, we will say a special well done to the youngsters. It was the first round of the British Youth Championship at Bellevue, and in their support class, it was a Monarchs Academy 1, 2, 3. So well done to Rocco, to Lewis, and to Liam for that one. I believe the second round of that's at Ashfield on Sunday, so get yourself along to that if you can. And as I've said already, a little bit of a break for the Action Armadale. No meeting next week, but we'll be back in a fortnight's time when Scunthorpe are the visitors. So until then, thanks very much for watching, and good night.